Hello, my name is Jake Farley, and my presentation is on the effects of heroin on the brain and how it affects the neurotransmitters. Alright, so to start out, we need to talk about how the brain operates through a process which is called neurotransmission. So what is neurotransmission? Well, according to dictionary.apa.org, neurotransmission is the process by which a signal or other activity in a neuron is transferred to an adjacent neuron or other cell. And then where this all starts, so this process starts in the presynaptic neuron. The presynaptic neuron is the neuron before the synapse. And then what is the synapse? Well, the synapse is the gap from one neuron to another, which is where they pass messages between each other. And then, so the head of the neuron is called the dendrite, and then the bottom is known as the axon. So where does these messages get sent? They get sent to the postsynaptic neuron. So, now how does heroin affect the brain, you might ask? And then as you see on the right, that is a picture of heroin being used. He is doing the intravenous method, which is through the veins. Alright, so how does it affect? Well, according to drugabuse.gov, heroin produces effects that are similar to those produced by the neurotransmitter endorphin and enkephalin. And then what does this lead to? Well, the effects that this includes is increased analgesia, decreased alertness, and slowed respiration. So then you might ask how this all occurs. Well, heroin affects the brain by binding to the brain's naturally occurring opioid receptors. This leads to a release of dopamine, and other neurotransmitters, leading to a sense of relaxation, well-being, and painlessness. There are many different ways that heroin can be used, but the most common is definitely intravenously. And the fact that heroin affects opioid receptors is not a good thing, because once the brain becomes used to this artificial opioid, it stops producing its own. And this affects the risk-reward system in the brain, and that's the primary pathway that uses dopamine. The brain also decreases how much serotonin and other neurotransmitters are released once it comes in contact with the synthetic drug. And this is not good because it leads people to become addicted, because they will now struggle to be happy without it. And then on the left, those are the things. So these are the citations that I used. I did AmericanAddictionCenter.org, drugabuse.gov, and dictionary.apa.org. Thank you.